All right, we're going on a rock hunt. This week, we are building our very own rock collection. This is very simple, but there are some important steps that you want to take to make it the most engaging and meaningful for your families. So stay tuned and I will take you through the whole process of how to have fun getting your kids outside this summer. In this video, I'm going to share with you two things. First, I'm going to share with you step-by-step an easy activity you can do with your kids. And then I'm going to share with you one of my favorite resources that you can use to take the lesson a step further. So make sure that you watch the video all the way through to make sure that you get the most value out of it. All right, so this is part 3 of our 3 States of Matter series. If you did either of the previous 2 activities, I really want you to comment below because I don't know who's doing these activities and I want to know. So I want you either to comment rainy day or liquid if you did the rainy day activity, or I want you to comment clouds if you did the States of Matter gas activity. So right below, just easily type something in, say either rainy day or clouds to let me know if you actually did the activity. And we are on to solid. Now, solid is matter that has a definite shape and a definite volume or a definite size. So we are going to study solid matter by starting a rock collection with our kids. This activity comes right from my favorite resource. It is Teaching STEM Outdoors by Patty Borncelli. And if you are a teacher or a homeschooling parent, I highly recommend you get a copy of this. I will link it below. All right, let's get started. Step 1, as usual, is to collect your materials. Something to collect your rocks and a writing utensil to make any observations in your nature journal. I also created papers that you might want. One is the step-by-step checklist. I have that linked below where you can just print out step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So we have our nature journal, our writing utensil, maybe you did your printables from below, you have a container to collect your rocks. It is time for step 2, which is to go out and gather rocks. Take a look, we went out with our cousins to build our rock collections this week. It is very warm today. It is about 100 degrees today, so it's 8 a.m. and we are going on a rock hunt. And the boys are getting ahead of me, so I better go. One important thing to remember though, if you are in the United States, it is illegal to remove rocks from national parks. So if you are at a national park, definitely still do this activity and look at them, but you won't be able to take them home. Record your observations. Now, I have littles, I have toddlers, so we did not write out observations. However, if you have older kids, you can have a discussion or record in your nature journal what you notice. Remember, there is a 5 senses worksheet in the nature journal. As a teacher and parent, don't just tell them there's a rock, this is what it is, this is limestone, this is granite, this is marble. Ask them questions. What do you notice? How does it feel? How much do you think it weighs? Just ask them questions about what they're observing. That'll make the whole thing much more engaging for the kids.
Has somebody hacked from it? It's not robbery.
Is to organize and categorize your collection. This is where in STEM we are going to be getting into the mathematics part of it. If your goal with this whole series is just to have a meaningful connection to play with your own kids, then you can keep this very simple. Organize them by color or organize them in a line from smallest to largest. That's what we did because we have toddlers. But if you are an educator or a homeschooling parent and you want to take it a step further, there's so much that you can do with this collection. We're talking about bar graphs, pictographs. We could talk about weight, measurement, and different lengths of the rocks. So there's so much that you can do to fit it into your curriculum, whatever your learning goals are for your students. Talk about one other resource that I absolutely love that we use this week. This book is called What Can You Do with a Rock? And I highly recommend that anyone who has a student or child creating a rock collection, I think you should get this book. And I want to show you why. First of all, it has all of these different rocks and pictures, but it's a story, so it works perfectly for bedtime stories or snacking stories like what we do. And it's all about this one character and how they have this great rock collection, and it's what they do with it. And not only is it a cute picture book, you know, talking about skipping rocks, but it then gets into what we are talking about. And it has, you can sort them. It has this whole page just helping kids understand what can you do with the rocks once you have them. A lot of times kids will pick up a rock, say, oh, I'm gonna add it to my collection, and then the collection just sits on the shelf doing nothing. This book shows you what you can do, how you can play with your collection throughout the summer, throughout the years as you build it up. So you can sort them by their color, shape, size, or sort them by how they make you feel. It also talks about how you can make friends and share your rocks with other kids or family members, and it's just a beautiful story. But let me show you why I absolutely love this book, because at the end it takes it a step further, and you can see it shows you the 3 types of rocks, and it gives you so many resources that you can use to learn more about rocks and building your rock collection. So let's get into, with that, let's get into real quick, just want to get, before you leave, the science behind the rocks. If you want to take this to the next level, I have created a printout with the 3 types of rocks. That's linked below. It's totally free. But I want to just give you a quick overview. We have igneous rocks. Remember, these are, so igneous meaning fire, it's melting. These are rocks that have melted and then hardened to form a new rock. So for example, the magma, lava, once it gets to the surface, hardens to create a igneous rock. Also, we have sedimentary, right? So thousands of years, layers and layers and layers and layers of sediment form sedimentary rocks. And then last one, metamorphic. Think metamorphosis, like a butterfly. They change over time. Usually these rocks are far in the Earth's surface and they are subjected to heat and pressure, and that actually transforms the rock into something new. So those are your 3 types of rocks. And again, I don't expect you to memorize that right away. So I put it all in a link below so that you can put that right in your nature journal. I have created a read aloud of this book, and I will link that here so that you can see the whole story. But I highly recommend that you get your own copy because of all those extra features in it that you really can't see just from watching the video. If you haven't already, please make sure that you click subscribe, like this video, and go onto my channel and see all those other activities. Every single Friday, all summer long, I am posting a simple STEM activity because we want to have meaningful experiences with our kids this summer, but sometimes we just don't know how. And these activities are the perfect way to have engaging, meaningful time with our kids outside. With that, I will see you next week. Bye.